Yo, what's good, y'all? You dub back here in 2019. Let's get it. Y'all know I'm bringing more new, fresh content. Now, I wasn't gonna do, like I said, videos on Wano, but so many people popularly are talking in the One Piece fandom who are caught up with the manga about all the matchups in Wano, right? And I think they're forgetting how much can literally be popping off, all right, and how much has been foreshadowed and whatnot. And the thing about it is, people assuming a Kaido gangbang situation. I just dropped a video on it's a one-on-one. It's always been a one-on-one versus Kaido. Luffy versus Kaido. That's just the nature of the beast. For a lot of basic reasons I can get into, it makes sense that Luffy needs to fight Kaido. But besides that, there are a boatload of matchups on the Kaido and Shogun side, right? Versus the Alliance, a lot of matchups and a lot of possibilities. But people are making assumptions like, ooh, Zoro has to fight King. King has a sword. Ooh, Luffy has to fight Queen. No, not really. Luffy versus Kaido to me is the lot. Okay. I have Useless Captain Kid fighting King. Makes perfect sense. We know Luffy now. Kid is a parallel to Luffy. Kid is a rival to Luffy. Luffy's ahead of Kid right now. With things like he's learning advanced armor hockey in Rio, we know advanced observation. And I'm not downplaying Kid. I've always thought Kid was number 2 post time skip after Luffy. Okay, I still have Red Flag X Straight number 3 amongst the worst generation outside of course, Yonko, Blackbeard, Marshall D. Teach. I still have Zoro number 4. Okay, I have Law number 5. Then Hawkins and going from there. Hold on. But there's a possibility of Uroge. It's hard to Uroge. It's hard to him, Capone Gang, Beige, and Jewelry Bonnet. I never rank. It's very difficult because of their abilities. We know some, but we don't really know what they can full blown do. So I don't really put them in a fight. But besides all of that, Kid fighting King makes perfect sense. Pirate running it back, the things that happen to Kid, things that happen to Killer, making him, was it Kamazo, I believe, all that. Kid needs his revenge. Perfect sense, setting up the booking. If we talk about pro wrestling terms, is booking. It's like Luffy versus Kaido, booked. Kid versus King, booked. Kid needs that fight. Oda needs to show Kid doing that damn thing. I'll get back to Queen because Queen's a hard one. I've heard a lot of speculation in presentation. As far as in Zoro, people are saying Kiyoshiro on the show. People are denying the Shogun. Shogun gonna be a monster. Oda is not gonna throw away a mythical zone. We've seen 4 in the series. We've seen confirmed 4 confirmed ones. A lot of people are saying Kaido's dragon form. That is yet to be confirmed. Not saying it ain't, but I waited on Admiral Fujitora Isho's confirmation on the Devil Fruit. I don't look. Oda needs to say officially, because if he doesn't, I'm not. He has too many techniques out there. We need to know what it is. Okay, so not saying it is not a mythical, but it's not confirmed. We have 4 confirmed. We have Sengoku, former fleet admirals, the Buddha, Hito no Nomi model, the Buddha, the Golden Buddha. We have Marcos Phoenix. Okay, we have Katarina Devon. She has the mythical Zoan dog the model, the Kitsune, the fox, and you have, of course, Orochi. He has the Orochi, Yamato Orochi. I think Yamato no Orochi. I think that's how it is. Anyway, the Japanese Hydra, right? That's not a waste. This dude's a coward, but he bought that life. And remember, he still got a mythical zone with abilities, still got advanced durability. People are like, where's Zoro? It's fucking Zoro. It hashtag is Zoro. Zoro bought that life, son. Zoro attacking you is not cheap stuff, right? But I think Orochi's got some cooking, and there's a reason he was able to reign. So Zoro versus Orochi to me makes perfect sense. If you want to say Kingdom, Zoro makes way more sense. Kingdom One versus Kyoshiro, nice fight, especially if Kyoshiro is like a lot of people think he's Denjiro, the traitor. Come on, these are easy books. I've been had Zoro versus fighting the Shogun a long time ago, for years, right? So to me, these are easy book fights. Duke Inurashi and Lord Nekomamushi fight, getting their revenge on Jack, running it back. Come on now. Shootimaro versus Queen makes perfect sense. Shootimaro versus Queen. We know he's about that life, so that makes perfect sense as well. We know he's on that level. You know, he put that work in on Jack. So Shootimaro being able to fight, you know, on the level of Queen makes perfect sense. We see Queen's, you know, poison things. We see there's a lot of troops that Kaido and Orochi's forces have that a lot of people didn't take into consideration. Okay, so far we got Luffy versus Kaido, we got King versus Kid, we got Queen versus Shooting Maru, Ashura Doji, right? We got Jack, Captain Jack the Drought, Queen the Plague, Captain Jack the Drought, King the Wildfire. I love it. These are beastly names, by the way, Oda. But we got Jack versus Nekomamushi and Inurashi. We got Zoro versus Shogun Orochi. We got Kinemon versus Kyoshiro. Okay. Raizo versus Fukuro Kuju. That's gonna be a nice fight. That's an underrated fight in this one. That's gonna be nasty. Shinobi, that's gonna be nice, bro. That's actually one of the fights I'm most hyped for. You know, that's one of the fights I'm most hyped for. Law, we'll see, because the Heart Pirates, the Law, this whole thing. But right now, Law versus Hawkins, baby. Law versus the Magician Basso Hawkins, looking nice. Looking nice. If Hawkins doesn't flip, that's looking nice, bro. I'm liking that. I'm really liking that fight. Let's see who else we got here. People saying Sanji. You know, I mean, there's the Flying Six. There's we see page one, but you know, putting some feats, and I put how high I put X Drake, Sanji versus uh former Rear Admiral Red Flag X Drake. Tell me y'all don't want to see that, and they kind of had some throwing in there. Sanji versus X Drake, both from the North Blue, both powerful, both need proving grounds. That's a nice fight. Tell me y'all don't want to see that fight. Worst generation, Sanji. I thought Sanji would have fought Capone, but Oda didn't go that route. So Sanji versus X Drake? Come on now. And apparently, Frankie and Usopp gonna fix up on the race. But Sanji versus X Drake, that looking nice. Sanji fans, tell me what y'all think. Um, you know, trying to think of some, because there's some of the bigger fights. You know, who are some of the other big chunks? You know, if the Big Mom Pirates, that's a whole other animal. That's a whole other animal. I honestly don't think they're getting heavily involved, but if they get involved, that's adding to a whole lot of other elements. We got the rest of the Red Scavengers. I mean, like I mentioned, we got a bunch of the Flying Six. We got Orochi's forces. We got other powerful samurai. We got the whole thing with the plague. I mean, there's probably people I'm not taking into consideration, but these are like the big matchups that people actually care about. Um, Oh, Scratchman Apu. How can I forget my man? The Roar of the Sea, Scratchman Apu. You know, that's another one. If Apu fights, who would fight Apu? Trying to think. I don't think any of the scabbards. I think they're taking on Orochi's forces. Um, who would fight Scratchman Apu? Another of the worst generation. Let's see. I'm trying to think already. If Jinbei shows up, that's another thing. If Jinbei shows up, a lot of people rocking Brook. I don't know if Brook will ever fight him, but that would be an interesting matchup. Chopper, it'd be interesting matchup. It'll be interesting matchups to see who Oda gives the rest of the crew. And of course, you have things like the Mink Alliance. They got some nasty people and whatnot. But yeah, Scratchman Apu, that's another big wild card we can throw up in there. So there's a lot of great matchups. But like I said, Scratchman Apu, um, who could Apu fight? That's the interesting one for me. We haven't really seen him, so I'm trying to think. That there's possibilities, but that one's the one I think interesting. But the other ones I think are more locked. Like I said, running back Luffy versus Kaido, Zoro versus Orochi, um, Kinemon versus Kyoshiro. I think makes perfect sense. Especially if he's Denjiro. Oh, Kawamatsu versus Scratchman Apu. That's get it, my dog. Kawamatsu. Let's get it. I would like that. That's a fight I would like, bro. Because I think Kawamatsu's about that. Like Kawamatsu versus Scratch Without Pooh. Again, Raizo of the Mist versus Fukuro Kujo. Battle of the Shinobi. Uh, Duke Arashi and Nekomamushi running it back with the Sulong form versus Jack getting that revenge for Zoe. I think these are all booked. I think these are all written. Otis made it obvious. Queen versus Ashura Doji makes sense unless Oda wants to showcase some other samurai and whatnot on Orochi's side. Queen, who's powerful enough to deal with it. You got Ashura Doji. You got again King versus Kid. I think put respect on Kid's name, put respect on King's name, and ability matchup. People like swordsmanship. Well, you got Kid, so there's a lot. And of course, I circle back to Luffy versus Kaido. These are my thoughts on these matchups. What do you like? What matchups do you see? I don't really like seeing. I mean, the only reason I'm putting Inuyasha and Nekomamushi together with that gang bang situation is because they already did it. Oda already did it, and running it back is what they actually want to do. So, um, we shall see. I mean, Oda can flip the script and flip the table, but I think it's going to be a lot of nice ass one-on-one fights, and I think you're going to see with a lot of the Red Scabbers that they're a hell of a lot more powerful than what's showcased. I mean, there's a reason Oda hyped these dudes up. And I look at their skills. They got some nice skills. They got some very very nice skills. Unexpected one to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me your thoughts on the matter. Um, I'm very very. It is actually very curious to see how Oda's gonna write these. And if he goes by what I say with these fights, bro, I mean each of these fights are some grade A material, man. And like I said, if you add in a potential wild card of the Big Mom Pirates, Big Ma'am, uh, shoot, Lady Smoothies in that piece. That's an interesting one. I think Daifuku's there. I'm trying to remember who like the big dog. Oh, Capote. Capote, who we know nothing about. She's there. I think Parasparrow's there. So you got some nice options with the Big Mom Pirates as well. All right, y'all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night. Peace.